Welcome to the AJ Awesome Show, a show about my favorite things. My name is AJ and my special guest for this episode is the best of the best, Austin Lane. I hope you like the show! Why did you start wrestling?
Why did I start wrestling? I actually started wrestling because I was a huge fan when I was a kid. Like my grandma, back in those days, I would wake up early in the morning on Saturday mornings and watch Memphis wrestling. And then like Friday nights, I would stay the night at my granny's house every Friday night and I would watch NWA Power Hour. So I was a huge fan. All these larger than life guys, I mean, they were my superheroes back then. They were like my Marvel characters back when I was a kid.
What advice would you give a new wrestler?
For a new wrestler, I would give the advice. I would tell them to listen, to get all the advice that you can from as many different people as you can, to learn from as many different styles as you can, and go to all over the country. Make a name for yourself on the indies, and make your craft better.
Would you rather time travel to the past or to the future, and why?
I would probably. I don't know. Honestly, I think I thought about it several times. I think I'd like to go back to the past. I'd like to see maybe go back to like the 80s when I was a kid and see if everything looked the same now, like through adult eyes, as it did when I was a kid. Like, the things that you thought were so scary and big and everything, see if they still look that way to me now.
People are saying going to the future is scary because you don't know what would happen.
Right. That's why I would probably go to the past, because especially, I could go to the past and then like predict Super Bowl winners and then make a ton of money. We could do that. Yeah, your eyes got big. Yeah, make a lot of money that way, can't we?
Yeah. People are saying traveling to the past would be dangerous because then you could change the future like that.
Yeah, that's the butterfly effect, right? You heard that one, like if a butterfly flaps its wings, that it can be felt like on the other end of the world. But I would be very careful. Like, always follow Back to the Future rules. And of course, end game. Don't run into your past self, and don't do anything to change the future unless it's for money. Yeah. Yeah.
If you could wrestle anyone in the world, who would you pick?
Past or present, I would say. If it was somebody that's retired now, it was Ric Flair. I loved Ric Flair, like growing up. So Ric Flair would be the one that I'd love to have a match with Ric Flair. And as far as like today, my favorite wrestler to watch on TV is Ricochet. And of course, I've wrestled him. But if it's somebody that I haven't wrestled before, it would probably be Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes would be one, because I think that we could tell a great story in the ring.
I think maybe I can get that match.
You book it for me and I'll do it.
Do you have a special talent that nobody knows about?
I'm really good on the microphone. No, I have like I work at a radio station also, and I call football games. So I'd say if a lot of people know about that talent, that's one of them I have. But as far as maybe something that most people don't know about, I don't know about talent. It would probably be like talking and interacting with people. I'm a people person. But one thing that people don't know about me is I'm a huge collector. Like, I have toys and all kinds. I got autographs, pictures, posters, everything. I love movies and TV shows, especially the 80s stuff. But that's something that people don't know about me. But yeah, as far as talent, I would say, the radio and doing stuff like that.
Who was your favorite wrestler when you were a kid?
It was Ric Flair. Growing up, it had to be Ric Flair, because he was just larger than life. He had those long robes and the interviews. Him and Dusty Rhodes they were amazing. Even before I knew about the wrestling business, that was Ric Flair is the guy. And several years later, believe it or not, I wrestled with Handsome Jimmy Valiant, the Boogie Woogie Man. Have you ever heard of him? Well, he wrestled with him, and he actually did an interview in a magazine and said that the match that he wanted to see most was Austin Lane versus Ric Flair. He said, because we would have tore the house down.
What is your favorite animal, and do you have any pets?
I do. I have 3 dogs. My favorite animals are dogs. I have 3 little puppies. They're all 3 girls. It's Sadie, or not Sadie's my mom's dog. But anyway, I got Skeeter is my oldest dog. She's a little bitty dog. But then I have 2 dogs that Nikki named after one of her favorite shows, One Tree Hill. She named Brooke from Brooke Davis and P. Sawyer, which is Peyton Sawyer from that. So that's 2 of her favorite characters, so they're named that. But yeah, I have 3 dogs. One of them actually stays with the girls, and 2 of them sleep in the bed with me and Nikki. They're like my babies.
What is the best thing about being a wrestler?
Meeting people like you. That's the best part of it. I mean, the wrestling in the ring and being able to be creative and tell a story that way is awesome. You know, that's great, and the cheers and stuff like that. But I like meeting fun and interesting individuals like you, and I think that is like the best part. That's what makes my day, honestly.
What was your favorite match you wrestled and why?
Ooh, that's a good one. I've had a lot of favorite ones. I mean, the match with Ricochet is up there. The matches with Marco Stunt's up there. I wrestled with AJ Styles, Jerry Lynn. If I had to pick like a favorite match that I would go back and rewatch over and over, it would be the Ricochet match. If someone said, "Hey, what is Austin Lane good at?" I would show them me against Ricochet, just because I showed up and it was the first time I was at CCW and it's the first time he was there and no one knew who I was. But within that match, we brought him on a story with us that by the end of it, people have yet to forget who I am.
What is your all-time favorite movie and why?
My all-time favorite movie is The Ghostbusters. When I was a kid, that was the first movie I went to at a theater, and I'm a huge Ghostbusters fan. I got to meet Ernie Hudson, who plays one of them. Got an autograph. I got an autograph from every member of the Ghostbusters from the original movie. But that is my all-time favorite movie, and next year they're doing a sequel, part 3, that I've been waiting since 1989. In 1989, they did Ghostbusters 2, and I've been waiting since then, which you weren't even born yet, but I was waiting since then for part 3, and I finally get it. What's your favorite movie?
All of them. I don't really have a favorite.
Do you like the Marvel movies?
Maybe Thor Ragnarok and Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's good. Thor Ragnarok, I love that movie. And Spider-Man, the 2 Spider-Man movies are amazing. I love those. Did you watch Endgame?
No, not yet.
I'm not going to spoil it for you, but it's really good.
I've watched Infinity War.
Yeah, I watched Infinity War 64 times. I'm not joking. And I've seen Endgame 18 times so far. So you need to watch Endgame. It's really good. And when you watch it, message me. Message me on Twitter and let me know what you thought about it.
That's the end. Thanks for the interview.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to do it.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of the AJ Awesome Show. I would like to thank Austin Lane for being my special guest. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you next time.